honourable member for Calgary-Fish Creek.
Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Alberta is a proud province, and there is so much the people of this wonderful province can be proud of. Nowhere else in this country have I met people as generous in spirit and as kind in heart. When facing difficult economic horizons, Albertans remain hardworking, they remain compassionate, they remain tough and resilient. They know that the greatness of this province will continue to be built by the people who live here. We work hard, Mr. Speaker, and yes, we play hard. But when the tough gets going, we dig in our heels and do what we need to survive. They don't believe in a government that thinks that they know best, that centralizes decision-making, and is more concerned about rewarding their pals than putting the interests of Albertans first. So, Mr. Speaker, let's talk about what the people of Alberta want versus what the government tells them that they want. This is so clear in the Premier's speech today by the number of times that we saw the word being used, we. Albertans want their province to be fiscally responsible and not spend more than we have and plunge our province into debt. They don't believe in higher taxes, bigger spending, and more government. Albertans don't want a government that gives itself a raise behind closed doors. They want to be in charge of handling the salaries of their elected officials and not the other way around. Albertans want their government to be open, transparent, and accountable to them, to represent the roles of the elected MLAs and give them a free vote in the legislatures. What they really don't want is a government that warns Alberta of the worsening economic climate and then, Mr. Speaker, takes 3 weeks off to avoid tough questions and important debate. Albertans want a government that will listen to the issues and concerns and act for them and not for that government's interest. Albertans want more from their healthcare system. They want a healthcare system where everyone has a family doctor and they don't wait months and months to see a specialist, and they wait even longer for surgery. Albertans want a healthcare system that allows healthcare professionals to speak openly and freely about the concerns they see on how to improve the system without a gag order being imposed on them. Mr. Speaker, Albertans want our seniors to move seamlessly through the system when they can't take care of themselves anymore. They want our seniors to have home care when they need it, assisted living when they need it, and long-term care when they need it. Albertans do not want our seniors to have to pay for a bath, pay for someone to push their wheelchair to a dining room to eat. Albertans are proud of our seniors and believe we need to take care of them. What Albertans don't want, Mr. Speaker, is gobbledygook coming from the government about their continuing care model, where they have developed a system that cannot meet our seniors' needs and they nickel and dime them to death. Albertans know that in a province with no shortage of innovation and determination, they can lead all of Canada in the quality of health care received, but they are tired of government's talking points and want to see tangible results for themselves and their families. Albertans want mental health beds, along with beds available for those suffering with alcohol and drug addiction. They want health professionals to be there when they are needed. Albertans don't want to be told that there are no beds available, and they need to come back in a few weeks just to see a psychiatrist or a counsellor. Albertans want our most vulnerable, our children, to be taken care of and for assistance to be available when emergencies hit. They especially want to make sure that these children are given stronger protection against victimization and crimes in their communities. Albertans want our social care workers to be able to manage their caseloads and be able to spend the time and the effort needed when taking care of our families when they are in crisis. Albertans want our foster families to be treated with respect and compensated fairly when they step up to the plate and help our children and families when they are in time of need. Albertans want us to recognize the nonprofit agencies in this province and the wonderful job they do on behalf of Albertans in our province. They want to make sure they receive a predictable funding formula year after year instead of being subject to an erratic supply of funds. So, why don't we start listening to Albertans when times get tough instead of turning a deaf ear to their concerns? They are the ones who feed life into our democratic institutions. They are the ones who make this province great. They are the ones we were sent here to represent. So let's make sure that their voices are heard. Albertans want their province to lead in troubled time, to reach out to those who need it, and show others across this great country that in tough economic times, we know what we're doing and we are proactive instead of reactive. Albertans want to stimulate this economy the Alberta way, through lowering taxes, through balancing the books by prioritizing spending on frontline services, through less regulation, and, quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, by less government together. Mr. Speaker, Albertans love this province. What Albertans don't love is a government that has lost its way.
I'll call on Honourable Member Sandy Caucus. There being none, I'll call on the Honourable Member